Excellent. All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Newest episode, we talked about For Honor. Do we have any questions pertaining to For Honor? Like, will Smoky Bacon Tux heal your Vikings? I'm not sure. Can we get a Resident Evil 7 hype check? Asks the Dark Knight 774. Max hype. Also with like a level of tension. There's definitely some tension for Resident Evil 7. You know, it's high stakes. I'm nervous about it. Hopefully it delivers. Yeah. If I don't like Resident Evil 7, I'll be really bummed out. Feel the kill. Jolie Hanzo. Absolutely. Backspacer, not a question for Honor, but they need to fix the network issues that were apparent in the alpha. I think it's come a long way since the alpha, hopefully. The beta's coming up. So, we'll see. Definitely from what I got to play versus the alpha, it was already improved. Just like the interface and stuff like that. Like the input lag and the network. Percy Denton, that's a great question that I don't have the immediate answer for. He asks, is there a clan system for Honor, Huber? Can we fight alongside other allies? I really hope so. Titanfall 2, you know, they have those groups, and it's just so easy. You log on immediately, and you can just see everyone on your friends list right there in the group who's playing. It's just, like, so simple and intuitive. You can just, like, press one or two buttons, and you're already in a game with a buddy. I hope For Honor has something like that. Atoshi, did you see the RE7 VHS Get to Easy Allies video? Of course. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. Anticat, Huber, you should come to Shetland Isles for Up Helaya this month. We have axes and burning longships. Anticat, that is amazing. I'm jealous. Super jealous. Silverdomed, isn't the last alpha test for Honor with all of the classes? It was much better in terms of connection drops, but there were still instances of issues. But it's still pretty much the greatest thing ever. Yeah, you know, all that stuff will be ironed out. I mean, they still got a month. Hopefully. I don't want to write it off as free pass, but I hope. Here we rehost Games Done Quick after talking Syndrome. Yes. I think Damiani's been on that. Absolutely. Gaucho Cam. Yeah, that's actually something I didn't bring up in my episode was the campaign. Any campaign impressions. I got to play 2 missions. And it was fine. It was okay. Yeah. Nothing really to say. There was a mission with like a stealth class. The one that Ian will be. The dual dagger stealth class. And I appreciate the change of pace that it was. But it's really weird in For Honor when like NPCs are coming at you. They're like 3 or 4 at a time. It just feels kind of out of place. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And then I played another mission as a Viking Raider. There were some cool mechanics that will definitely not be in multiplayer, which is always fun. But yeah, I don't think it'll be much more than just a little side thing. I mean, there's a full-on story and everything, so I think it'll be worth going through. But, you know, I'm there for the multiplayer, for sure. For sure. Is it an AI issue, asked Tokyo Slim? No, it's just, it's so bizarre because it's, like, your hero is so strong, but it's such a game built on one-on-one duels that when you're cutting down hordes of enemies, and it's not even like you're not even cutting down the trash mobs that are in Dominion, like the creeps. Like, the characters you're fighting are supposed to be strong. It's just like a weird... It's a weird vibe, chat. It feels weird. Bowser Best Dad says, a white comet. Absolutely. Steven CT, do you think For Honor will break into esports? Yes. Yeah. Truly I do. Truly I do. There is a layer of depth not seen to the naked eye at first glance in For Honor. There's, like, hidden layers to that game. So, yeah. I'm gonna get my ass beat. Kennerly Huber, you need to do a Settle It with Kyle from Mario Galaxy 2. Absolutely, you know. To Kyle's credit, you know, if I were to sit down and play Super Mario Galaxy 2 with him, despite knowing him for the last 5 years and him talking major trash on that game, to Kyle's credit, if I sat down with him to play it, he would be open to it, for sure. For sure. He'd be open-minded. He'd give it another shot. Yeah, there will be open challenges in the For Honor beta to any and all of you that want to go, that want to rumble. Enjoy. Silverdome, I've never played a game where I wanted to get 1v3'd before For Honor because there's nothing like coming out of that on top in a game, for sure. You come out in a 2-on-1, because, like, switching character, or, like, switching who you're attacking, because you can, like, throw someone, they lose balance, quickly come back to this one, parry and get them off guard, get a couple swipes in, come back to this guy, like, there's, oh my god, I just want to play. Sentinel Beach. I just watched The Hateful Eight. Liked it. It worked well. Shout out to Kurt Russell's mustache and Sam Jackson's cool scarf. Sentinel Beach, I love Hateful Eight so much. My dad has it on quite often every time I come home. Lately, you know, it's in his queue. So multiple times I've come home and just watched it. One of those movies that, like all Tarantino movies, ages well. Gets better with time. Marty5588 McFly, you're a subscriber now. AK Jeremy asked about Vandenberg's earlier game, Red Steel 2. Absolutely. Great game. Great feel for a game. Dark Knight, what class would you like to see added to For Honor? You know, they got a lot of bases covered. I would like a Morningstar class. Actually, they have that. How about like just a straight up like spiked Morningstar? That'd be cool. Yeah, but they already have like the chain Viking with the shield. Man. What class? Maybe just a straight up shield maiden. Like, you know, like my girl Lagatha in Vikings. Just a straight-up shield maiden class. I would love that. Backspace says bow and arrow class. I don't know how ranged filth would work in For Honor. You know. Oh, you're talking about, like, people, not just a specific class? A Spartan class? Yes. If they added Spartans, Wow. So like a full-on like race you want added. Like Spartans or ninjas, obviously. Get some ninjas in there. I think I said that one time on my episode. Happy time, fun time. What do you think about the For Honor campaign? Do you think we'll have a good story? From what I played, the story seemed good / okay. I only got to play two chapters out of context. The presentation is there, but yeah. So we'll see. We will see. Would love a shield maiden. An Assassin's Creed class. Oh, that'd be fun. Gaucho, that'd be fun. They wouldn't have to maybe add it into the game proper, but if they had some events. I'm looking at you, Blizzard. You do events really well. Tavern brawls and holiday events. If they had an assassin event where, Ezio and Altair and Kenway revealed themselves to battle, that'd be fantastic. Huber, how are you feeling about the Switch now? Zarkan, I'm still very excited. My expectations were probably lower than all of the other allies. Maybe that's why I seemed so much more excited. I've cut ties with Nintendo so long ago. The Wii and the Wii U were just failures to me outright. I only really liked first-party games, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong. And that's what I was expecting. And the fact that we saw Zelda and Super Mario both in this thing had me hyped. So, yeah, it's excited to get It's hard to get excited about Mario or Nintendo's third party when that lack of support hasn't really been there for a while. When did Brad get this? Does anyone know? This is like the coolest amiibo I've ever seen in my life. Brad, you're holding out on us, bro. The hell? Look at this. This is a 10. Too cool Brad over here. There was actually a moment that made me even more excited for the Switch, chat. It's story time. It's time for a little story. Just to preface the whole thing. Super Mario is what I was born on. There will never be anything like it for me because that is what I grew up with. That's it. Playing Super Mario Brothers in my living room with like my mom roaming around the house, and I'm just sitting there in the living room playing Super Mario Brothers. Got my grandma on the chair, reading the magazine, looking up from time to time. There's really nothing connection-wise to video games that is more powerful than Super Mario. So I'm at my buddy's house last night, and he hadn't seen it. And I said, yo, man, it's time. It's that time again. It's time for Super Mario Brothers. Because this friend of mine, he plays games, but he's not a hardcore gamer at all. You can always count on Mario. So we cue it up. He yells for his dad. He's like, yo, Dad! His dad comes roaming in. And here I am in this room watching a Super Mario trailer with my buddy and his dad, and they're just going nuts. They're so pumped. What other game can do that? Seriously. Where your friend's dad can come in and get hyped, it's pretty much just Mario. Man. So it was just a very powerful moment for me that Mario has this power of hype. Unless you're Bossman. Yeah, Bossman's dad. Nintendo raised me. Honestly. First 3 video games I ever owned, says Tokyo Slim, Tetris, Super Mario World, and Dr. Mario. I would disagree. Hakar W, Zelda can. Zelda to me is hardcore. Like, he was not interested in Zelda at all. I put it on. He was, like, kind of zoning out. Like, he was like, I've never really played a Zelda other than Ocarina of Time. I think Zelda is intimidating. Whereas Mario, Mario's for every person ever, man. Everyone. Did you show them milk after that? Asked 23 Skiddo. That, regretfully, no. I blew it, Skiddo. I friggin' blew it. Yeah. Fair enough. More casual appeal, says Hakar about Mario. Yeah. But that Mario is casual, but also, for us. Zelda is hardcore to the normies. Zizar, the normies. Yeah, Zelda. I remember this friend, he tried to play Skyward Sword, and he quit in like an hour or two. He got stuck, It's tough. Kian BR, Huber, how do you feel about ARMS, the future of esports? ARMS had me really excited. I won't know until I get my hands on it, if it feels right. But everything I saw looked great. It could be another Splatoon, Can you imagine that? If ARMS comes out and it is as good as Splatoon, honestly, I'd be excited. Ahab, Huber, thanks for recommending Hitman. I've only played the first 2 real levels several times. Dressing up as a fashion model and throwing fire extinguishers is hilarious. Oh yeah. Awesome, Ahab. Keep it up. Keeps getting better. There's one level I didn't like actually in Hitman. It was Istanbul, I think it is. It was like the market. Marrakesh, maybe. Didn't like it. Didn't like the level. Nope, JKL. Need that blood report. Absolutely. ARMS gives me For Honor vibes. It's like a friendly For Honor. So. How do you feel about 1-2 Switch costing $50? Asks Woof Daddy. $50? That's outrageous. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The Zep781, Huber, are you watching Sneaky Pete on Amazon? No, but it's on my list. Giovanni Ribisi hype. Yo, anybody watch... We gotta do just a basic straw poll. I need to know. I need hard numbers. Need hard numbers for this question. Because I feel like this movie flies under the radar. I need hard facts. Give me those hard numbers, chat. Bam. Bets that it is about Vikings, LOL. It is not about Vikings. It's about a little movie called Boiler Room with Giovanni Ribisi and Vin Diesel. Lot of no's. Lot of no's coming in. Okay, a couple yeses. I need to hear from you in chat, yeses. And Ben Affleck, too! Yes! Boiler Room. 95 no's, 13 yeses. It's pretty much the final tally there. I love it. Great movie. A movie that is more timely now than ever. The movie's got a good pace. Phoebe's brother. Silver Ogre. 84. Phoebe's brother. LOL. Oh, it's so good. Oh, Giovanni Ribisi. I love him. He's also Wade in Saving Private Ryan. He's also the evil dude looking for Raritanium in... is it Raritanium in Avatar? Oh my god, I'm thinking of Ratchet and Clank, huh? Raritanium? Crap. What is the thing in Avatar chat? The, cube the resource. It's worse than Wolf of Wall Street by a large margin. I just like it. It's a cool like 90s movie. Unobtainium. There it is. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Felmac. Unobtainium. Ratchet and Clank is Raritanium. I got it confused. I'm sorry. Ugh. That's hilarious. That's the thing, Minimic, is the consensus was that Nintendo's not doing anything, really. And the fact that they had Suda and the Yakuza director at the Switch presentation, that is directly speaking to my soul. You know, sure, you didn't have anything. You didn't have a teaser. You didn't even have a title. You didn't even have a game in the making. But the fact that they are behind it is enough. It's enough for me. I'll wait. You know, if you're not used to waiting for Nintendo games, yeah, I am. I'm used to waiting. You know, 1 or 2 games a year. It's what I expect. Again, I've come to terms with this Nintendo reality. You know, so be it. Or I think he's the producer. I know he's heavily involved in Yakuza. You remember what anime have you been watching lately? I just finished Hunter x Hunter. I'm not watching any right now. I need to. Yeah, in the Octopath Traveler, there's some cool things. I'm gonna get into the Mafia one, 91 Days. Next. A lot of bad things for Nintendo, absolutely. $80 Joy-Cons, $70 Pro Controllers, no Miiverse and Street Pass, app required for voice chat, no Ethernet cable. Yeah, bad news. Bad news. A lot of bad news. For sure. It's a hard sell. I'm just not afraid to admit that Mario and Zelda have me by the balls. Straight up. I will do whatever needs to be done to play Mario and Zelda. Until those franchises let me down, you know. There's one thing about giving a franchise a free pass, okay? That's one thing, but for every single mainline Mario and mainline Zelda, every single one, chat, to be a 10 out of 10 for me, like a 5-star game, that's something. That like I am committed to you for a long time, you know, until Breath of the Wild is a train wreck or Super Mario Odyssey is a train wreck. Like, you got me. You got me. So, we'll see how it all shakes out. Mario will never let you down. There's no JKL. Yeah, it does feel like that, right? It feels that way. And that's a great point too. TT Fluffy Tech. Nintendo will never change until y'all stop paying out. Agreed. You know, am I part of the problem? Depends on what the problem actually is, but probably. You know? Hey, I didn't buy a Wii U at launch though. You know, I'm really not. I feel like I'm not part of the problem. I waited years. I waited for 3D World to buy a Wii U. It's just that Zelda's launching has got me. You know, enablers, sure, but we'll see. When the Switch fails, we'll see what they do, because the sentiment right now is negative. I'm getting a negative feeling in the world for the Nintendo Switch. So we'll see. You know, it could easily fail. Dark Knight, yeah, we're playing Darkest Dungeon. We're gonna beat that thing. I will, if I get there. Dark Knight, you know, I'm trying. This game could beat me. Who knows if I'll get there? I promise, though, that when I enter the Darkest Dungeon, I will stream it. When the Switch fails. Zen Gamer Max. If Zen Gamer Max, if it fails. If. Not saying it'll fail. Retract my statement. That's all I meant. I meant if it fails. If the Switch fails. Then they will. You know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what they will do? Never give up. We Bleed Pixels, why not just play Zelda on your Wii U? It's like Final Fantasy 15 and Brad. Brad would back me up on this. And Damiani, I think, would too. And Ben. I think a lot of the allies. It's like Final Fantasy 15 playing on regular PS4 or the PS4 Pro. We're just so connected to the franchise. It's like why we're all here. It's why we are who we are. I don't want to speak for all the allies, but a lot of them would not disagree. Especially Damiani, especially Brad and Ben, yeah. Zelda's high stakes, so we want to play it in the best possible way, you know. But to someone that's not super invested into Zelda, then you have no reason to buy a Switch at this point in time, especially if you already have a Wii U. There's really no point. You can wait till the holiday and see how Mario is and go from there. So, you know, I stopped associating Zelda with Wii U since they announced it for the Switch. I'm just, the Switch is the version I want to play. And who knows, it'll be like Twilight Princess. Like, I played Twilight Princess on Wii and not GameCube. Same thing. And there were some, like, motion things in there that were cool. Who knows, you're gonna be drinking with ice in your glass as Link. You're gonna have ice in your glass, there's gonna be puzzles revolving around milk somehow. So, I hate to cut it short here, chat. Yeah, that was a little over 30 minutes. I'm actually going to do something amazing. Check my Twitter feed in the coming hours to see what that is. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I'm at Brad's. Brad's not here, but, this is my home away from home. From Mr. Ellis. How do you see out of this thing, Brad?